My toxic in-laws are absolute nightmares. I don't want them anywhere near my son.
Get him out of there.
I, 24 female, and my fiance, 23 male, have a beautiful little boy. He was not planned, but he is the absolute best thing that has happened to us. Such a sweet, smiley little boy. I've tried so hard to get along with my future mother-in-law, but she is an absolute nightmare. By the way, this comes from Jealous Barnacle 560 on the OKstorytime subreddit. So, she has not met our son. He's almost 3 months now, and I just don't feel comfortable with her seeing him. My future father-in-law either. Father-in-law smokes terribly and was not even considered about it while I was pregnant until I told my fiance to mention something. He would be dramatic about going outside in the cold. Made me feel great. The future in-laws are extremely negative people, never have anything good to say. Only thing my mother-in-law talks about that's somewhat positive is the rodents she breeds / shows, which that's a whole thing. They live under her trailer house in low-key kind of nasty conditions, smell horrible. She also gets rid of any of them that won't take care of their litters after being bred all the time. Not good. This is crazy.
Wait,
she's like just like a rat lady.
Yeah, so they're just like I was imagining like pets.
No, they live under the house and she kills them if they don't breed well. Or if they don't take care of their litter. I don't know.
Strange.
Not good. I avoid talking about it with her. I had a big rabbit as a kid and can't imagine treating her, my rabbit, that way. Future mother-in-law made my pregnancy horrible. She would attack me over the dumbest things. I worked at a local grocery store with her daughter, future sister-in-law, how I met my fiance, and she would often create drama between her and I, as well as calling me a liar for things I never lied about. She's very rumor obsessed. Tried to avoid talking to her at all costs, but my fiance really wanted me to have a relationship with her. She would purposely bait me in conversations to get information out of me. I was stupid and fell for it at first. She was just using me to create more rumors about people. I just wanted so badly to get along. I have not seen her since Mother's Day. I had my baby in August. She called me big on Mother's Day while I was pregnant.
What?
And I never went back over it completely. Recently, she had a meltdown and called my fiance. She called him crying over not seeing her grandson, and he absolutely fell for it. You need to have a conversation with your husband, your fiance, and say like, hey, your mother is incredibly manipulative.
Yeah.
And this is not healthy.
Right. Like at the very least, you just don't like being around her because she makes you feel bad.
She's mean to me.
Yeah.
Crocodile tears completely. She pulled at his heartstrings. Aww. He went to their place alone afterwards, and future mother-in-law got a bunch of presents. I didn't want any of it. She never helped us out while we were struggling, and I was pregnant. Or even after we had our little one, I told her I didn't want clothes, lots of clothes. I have everything sitting in the corner in my dining room, and I don't even want to look at it. Bothers me terribly. Hate seeing a reminder of her in my home. She's never even been over, mainly because she's so judgmental and low-key kind of crazy. She has made my life a living hell, and I'm so worried about the holidays coming up. She attacked me over Thanksgiving last year. I got my COVID vaccination. I lived with my mid-80s grandpa, and both my parents were high risk. I've made it very clear that I don't mind if anyone hasn't been vaccinated, their choice, but I did it to lower the impact because it was hitting our small town bad. She proceeded to get in my face about how I would be infertile and how it messed up my body. I found out I was pregnant in December, definitely was not infertile. She's telling you that you're infertile as you're pregnant?
Yeah, what? Like, you're good.
Think you're okay.
She's good.
She's good, man. She's good. Your mother-in-law sounds crazy.
Yeah.
She made Christmas so awkward. We sat in a cold shed and ate hamburgers. Mine was not cooked fully, and I didn't even feel comfortable enough to say something about it. Cried the entire 10 minutes home. I was worried about it hurting the baby. They didn't appreciate anything we got them either. We brought over my 8WK ultrasound pictures, and they didn't even smile. Not a reaction. Same with the 20WK. Broke my fiance and I both. Don't even smile about your new grandchild.
That is so sad.
So cold.
Yeah. Like it's a picture of the baby.
It's a picture of a baby.
That's so exciting. And you're not gonna have any sort of reaction?
Mother's Day was worse. I was definitely showing and puffy. She called me big again. Or no, wait, I think this is going back in time. Took it very hard. I was a solid 170 pounds before and gained some weight. It was hard for me. I know it's partially her own insecurity showing. She was much smaller than me before kids, and now she's too big to even get up on any of her horses. I can tell she's insecure. We got her flowers for Mother's Day, carnations she could plant in the yard, her favorite flower. Money was very tight. My fiance was laid off for a few months because the company he works for was bought out. It was very difficult. Future in-laws laughed and made comments because future sister-in-law bought them a very expensive magnolia tree. It was embarrassing. Honestly, felt stupid getting her something. So the in-laws are just making fun of the gift they gave them because it's not expensive enough.
Yeah.
The sister got them a tree? Like a whole tree?
A whole tree, and then they just got the little flowers. But it's not still sweet, though.
It's still sweet.
Yeah.
It's not their fault that the sister got a tree.
Right. Like,
who does that?
They're just joining in together to make it a beautiful garden.
Exactly. We've got this beautiful tree and beautiful flowers.
Yeah.
Not a competition.
Leave her alone.
Especially being made fun of because we couldn't spend much. She never appreciated anything. I tried so hard, but I had it. So I went no contact. She sees pictures of him on my Facebook, doesn't react to any of them. I hear through other people that she's talking badly. I can tell by the way they act towards me, especially their family. I've considered blocking her, but I don't want to create more drama. I wish I could cut her off completely. By the way, you should never cut us off because you can join us live every weekday at 3 p.m. PST on YouTube. Just tap our profile. And there is a little bit more to this story. But what are your thoughts? What do we do here? What does OP do?
It just seems like everyone on that side is really annoying.
Yeah.
And it's just like making fun of them for stupid things.
Yeah.
Her weight when she's literally pregnant.
Actively pregnant.
Yes. Like, come on. Like, of course she's big. Everyone gets big when they're pregnant.
That's
because
how pregnancy freaking works.
Yeah, there's another human inside of you. Like,
sorry, I can't look like I did before I had a human inside me.
Yeah. Like, especially, I feel like it's like you were a mother.
Yeah.
You should understand.
No,
should be a little nicer.
She just seems pretty like jealous in a weird way of OP, and I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. Don't let her around your kid. She's just gonna be nasty. Unless she can prove that she's gonna, apologize and be a functioning member of this family.
Yeah.
For more context as well, she was abusive to her kids, both sis-in-law and my fiance. But sis was the fave, and my fiance got most of it. Father-in-law was an alcoholic and still is. Not supportive parents, never showed up for their son, never cared to, make excuses to this day. I fully believe that she is full of it. In the crying phone call, she said she'd be better and wanted a relationship with me and my son. I don't want it, but I don't want to hurt my future husband. I love him so very much. He tries his best, but I know he's trying to please his parents. And yes, he sticks up for me. He's such a good man, not the problem. He just has awful parents. Am I the a-hole for not letting my in-laws see their grandson? I need some advice. And that is the end of that story.
Wow.
I don't think that you're the a-hole. I think that as a parent, you have to decide who you want in your child's life. And if they are not going to be, a good person for your child to be around, if they're going to spout nonsense and mean stuff, then we just don't need them around them.
Yeah. Especially if they're like, they were abusive too.
Yeah.
To the father. Like,
yeah. You don't want them around kids.
Right. Like, it's one thing if they're just like a little toxic, a little weird, but it's like if they're just straight up like abusive and you know that, it's like that's not going to just go away.
No.
Very easily. It's
risky.
Yeah. So you wouldn't want your grandkids to be around that. Like, I think that's very fair.
Yeah. I think that having a conversation with your fiance and just seeing where he's at, this is the decision that I think you both need to make, but just putting your son first.
Yeah. And I don't think you'd be the a-hole for doing that.
No. But that's the end of that story. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.